friends, welcome to Gallant. Today we are going to deal with a new topic in CSAT, that is ratio and proportion. It's a very important topic in our CSAT paper. Okay, UPSC actually asks many questions in ratios and proportion, and also in some years we can see that more than 2 to 3 questions have been asked from the ratios and proportion. So it's a very important paper. Okay. So in order to do those UPSC questions based on ratios and proportion, we actually need to start with the basic concepts of ratios and proportion, especially for those beginners. Okay, so let's start with our topic, ratios and proportion. Okay, ratios and proportion. Ratios and proportion. Okay, so my question, what's a ratio means? What's actually a ratio is? What's actually a ratio is? Ratio means, it means the relationship between two variables or two quantities. Okay, ratio is actually the representation of relationship between two variables or two quantities. Look here, suppose a quantity x or x is given as a value a and y has value b. So in order to find the relationship between x and y, it is denoted as x is to y with the help of a colon. That is, x is to y is what a is to b. This is actually the ratio of x and y. Okay, the relationship between x and y is denoted by the ratio a is to b. Okay, so ratios can be also written in fractional forms. That is, a is to b can be written as a by b also. Okay, a by b means a is to b. It can be denoted in fractions also. Okay, that's the basic concept of ratio. Keep this thing in your mind. Similarly, suppose if instead of a, I am giving a value, that is 2, x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 1. So what's the ratio of x and y? X to y. What's the ratio of x to y? That is, x is to y means 2 is to 1. Similarly, you can find the ratio reverse. That is, if the question is asked to find the ratio y is to x, so y to x. Okay, so in y to x, our value will be 1 is to 2. Okay, so keep this thing in your mind. This is actually the basic concept based on ratios. Okay, so now I'm giving two set of ratios. Okay, that is a is to b and c is to d. Okay, these are two set of ratios. In this set of ratios, I am telling that a is to b, that is the ratio a is to b is equal to ratio c is to d. Let it be ratio 1. Okay, let it be ratio 1 and this is ratio 2. Okay, in this question, ratio 1 is equal to ratio 2, that is a is to b is equal to c is to d. So in this case, we can say that these two ratios are in proportion. Okay, that is, if two ratios are same, if two ratios are equal, then we can say that those two ratios are in proportion. Okay, that is, now check here. Suppose a is to b is equal to 1 is to 2 and b is to c is to d is 5 is to 10. Okay, so no, not equal. Okay, come. So our question is, here two ratios are given and our question is check whether the given ratios are in proportion. So in order to check the given ratios are in proportion, our first aim is to reduce the biggest ratios into simpler terms. That is, here what's the biggest ratio? Compared to these two, 5 is to 10 is the biggest ratio. So I need to reduce that big ratio. That is, 1 is to 2 can be written as 1 by 2 and 5 is to 10 can be written as what? 5 by 10. Okay, now simplify it. 5 ones are 5, 5 2s are 10. That is 1 by 2. That gives 1 is to 2. So ratio 1 is equal to ratio 2. So we can say that the given ratio, that is 1 is to 2 as well as 5 is to 10 are what? They are in proportion, or they are known as proportional ratios. Okay. Okay. These are the basic concept based on ratios as well as proportion. Now let's move on to some questions. Okay, some basic questions that UPSC asks. Actually, today we are going to deal with some basic numerical questions. UPSC actually asks questions in statement wise only. Okay, they won't ask questions directly. Suppose, look here, A is given as 3, B is given as 5. Find the ratio A is to B. UPSC never asks questions like this. They will be asking this in a statement. Suppose a bag contains 3 balls. Another bag B contains 5 balls. Find the ratio between find the ratio of balls in the bag A and B. UPSC may be asking questions like this only. So we need to work out more questions that is, we need to work out many previous year questions in order to make UPSC questions very thorough. Okay, then only we can deal with the statement based ratios and proportional questions. Okay, so for doing that also we need to know all the basic concepts based on ratios and proportions. Basic concept means those basic questions. Okay, UPSC only asks those basic questions but in a different manner. So first of all, we are going to deal with those basic questions. Okay. Okay. My first question. UPSC usually asks questions like this. Suppose A is to B is given and B is to C is given. And we need to find A is to B is to C. Okay. UPSC asks questions like this. Okay. Now check one question. This is the first one. One type of question UPSC asks based on ratios. That is, suppose A is to B is 3 is to 2 and B is to C is 6 is to 4, and then what is A is to B is to C. This is a frequent type of questions that UPSC asked in many of our CSAT paper. So let's check how we can do this problem. That is, A is to B is 3 is to 2 and B is to C is what? 6 is to 4. That is, A is to B is what? 3 is to 2 and B is to C is what? 6 is to 4. Okay, and our question is to find A is to B is to C. So how will we do this? In order to solve this question, in order to find A is to B is to C, we need to make these two values, that is, these two B's same. Then only we can equate these two questions. Okay, then only we can find A is to B is to C. That means we need to make these two values same. For that, there is two methods in order to solve this problem. That is, first one is our conventional method. That I think you all know that conventional method. We had already studied in our basic classes, mainly in 10th, 9th and all. So that is taking the common factor and multiplying both the equations. Let it be equation 1 and equation 2. Multiplying both the equations with a number, then we are making these two B's similar and we are equating it. So I will be showing the basic, first of all, the conventional method in order to solve this problem. That is, A is to B is equation 1 and B is to C is equation 2. Okay, we had made this as equation 1 and 2. Now our aim is to make these B's same. Okay, that is, for that, in the first equation I am going to multiply with 6. Okay, in the first equation I am going to multiply with 6. When I'm multiplying the first equation with 6, that is equation 1 into 6, then what will we get? A is to B changing to 6 3s are 18, that is multiplying 3 is to 2 with 6, then 6 3s are 18 and 6 2s are 12. Similarly, multiplying this, so in the second equation, in order to make the B value 12, which number I need to multiply? 2, right? If you are multiplying the second equation with 2, then our equation changes, the second equation changes like this. That is, B is to C changes to 6 1s, 6 2s are 12 and 4 2s are 8. Okay, that is A is to B, and we got A is to B and B is to C as 8 is to 12 as well as 12 is to 18 is to 12 as well as 12 is to 8. Got it? So here we got two B's same. Okay, that is, from the first equation we got the B as 12, second equation also we got the B as 12. So it's very simple. Now in order to find A is to B is to C. So A is to B is to C, what? A is what? 18 and B's value is same, right? So 12 and C is what? 8. Okay, we got A is to B is to C. Now we can simplify this value. We can simplify this equation by dividing throughout by 2. Okay, when we are dividing this equation throughout by 2, we actually get the simplified form. That is, dividing 18 by 2, what will we get? 9, 6 4. Okay, this is the simplified form of A is to B is to C. Got it? This is actually the basic question. Okay, sorry, this is actually the conventional method in order to do the question. If that is A is to B given, B is to C given, and find A is to B is to C. Okay, now my aim is to, so it's very time consuming question, right? Since it is a simple question, we can easily find out. We can easily find the answer with the help of conventional method. But if suppose instead of 2, our value will be, let it be 24 and out. Instead of 6, the value will be 64, something big numbers. Then it will be very difficult in order to solve this problem. So in order to in that type of question, we can actually use the shortcut method in order to solve problems like this. I will show you how to deal with the shortcut method. So here what the answer we got, 9 is to 6 is to 4. For further checking, I'm noting that answer. Okay. Okay, I noted that one. So now let's do with the the shortcut method. Okay, in order to solve the problem. What's the shortcut method? So A is to B is what? So here we got two equations. A is to B and B is to C, and our aim is to find what? A is to B is to C. Okay, so our shortcut method is the value of A is we get the value of A by multiplying these two values. Okay, that is A into B. That is A into B gives the value of A. That is the downward arrow. Look, the downward arrow. This gives the value of A, and this cross arrow. Okay, this cross arrow, that is B gives the value of B is B into B, and now from B to the down arrow, that is value of C gives B into C. Okay, got it? Check this thing. That is, I will be writing here. That is A, B, A is to B. Sorry, B is to C. Okay, A is to B and B is to C. So here, look these arrows. Multiply these arrows accordingly. Okay, that is here A into B. This gives the value of A in A is to B is to C, and B into B gives value of B, and B into C gives what? The value of C. Okay, that is multiplying this in a zigzag manner. That is A into B gives value of A, B into B gives value of B, and B into C gives what? Value of C. Got it? So we will get the answer A is to B is to C. So let's do this problem with the help of this shortcut method. Okay, so what's the value here? That is A is to B is what? 3 is to 2. Okay, and B is to C what? 6 is to 4. So I'm doing that arrow method. That is, put the arrow first. Okay, this zigzag manner, put the arrow first. So the value of A is what? 3 into 6, right? Value of B is what? That is B into B, that is 6 into 2. Value of C is what? 2 into 4. Now calculate it. 6 3s are 18, 12, and here what? 8. 18, 12, 8. Now simplify it. That is A is to B is to C is what? 18 is to 12 is to 8. Now simplify it. That is dividing the equation throughout by 2. Then what we will get? 9 is to 6, 9 is to 6 is to 4. Okay, 9 is to 6 is to 4. Similar answer, right? Same answer we got with the help of both the methods. Okay, so try to do this method in aptitude exams and all. Okay, because we don't have sufficient time in order to deal this question with the conventional method if the values of the ratios are very much bigger. So this zigzag method will be very easier. Okay, so keep these arrows in your mind. Okay, this shape, it will be like this only. Okay, got it? Okay, this is one of the basic questions UPSC asked in our CSAT paper. Now UPSC asked another type of question also. In the same section, UPSC also asked another type. That is, here we had deal with 3 variables, right? UPSC can also ask 4 variables also. Look, that is Suppose A is to B given, B is to C given, C is to D given, and our question is to find A is to B is to C is to D. UPSC also asks questions like this. A is to B given, B is to C given, C is to D given, and to find A is to B is to C is to D. So in this question also we can do with the conventional method. But if small number also, if the values are given in very small numbers, still it's very difficult to do this problem based on our conventional method. That is taking those high HCF and all, then multiplying with all these numbers. It's very difficult. So we can do with the tricky concept, that is the shortcut method, in order to do this problem. That is, so our question is, that is, that A is to B is 3 is to 2, B is to C gives 4 is to 1, C is to D gives 9 is to 7. Okay, let it be 9 is to 7. Okay, and our question is to find A is to B is to C is to D. So the trick method is that A is to be what? A is to be given, A is to be given, B is to C given, C is to D given, and find A is to B is to C is to D. C is to D. Okay, so here I need to get the value of A, B, C, and D. We can directly get the values, okay, with the help of this method. That is how to find the value A, this value. To find this value, multiply downwards, okay, multiply the values A value, down values, okay, the column values, that is A into B into C, okay, that is A into B into C. This A into B into C gives what? The value of A and the value of B. In order to get the value of B, first of all, multiply this value, okay, this arrow, multiply B to B, then multiply B to C, that is B into C, okay, B into C. Look this arrow, B into C. And how to get the value of C? In order to get the value of C, first of all, go downwards, then come to C, okay, that is B into C, okay, that is B into C, and finally the value of D is what? Just multiply downwards, that is B into C into D, okay, that is A's value is what? A into B into C, B's value is what? B into B into C, C's value what? B into C, and finally D's value is what? B into C into D. Okay, so keep these two arrows in your mind, that is keep these two arrows in your mind, that is B into C as well as B into C into C. Keep these things in your mind, and rest is very simple, that is just multiply downwards. That is B's value is what? B into C, and C's value is what? B into C into C. Okay, B into C as well as B into C into C. Keep these two values, these two things in your mind. Okay, these two arrows, okay, these two paths. It actually forms a parallelogram, right? Okay, keep these thing in your mind. That is B, C, A, B. That is B's value at B into C, and C's value is what? B into C into C. Okay, keep this thing in your mind, and remaining A and B will be what? Just multiply downwards. Okay, this is the shortcut method for what? In order to do the questions like this, find A is to B is to C is to D. Okay, so let's do the problem with the help of this shortcut method. So just practice this, okay, and now check how I am doing this problem with the help of shortcut method. Then you will find it very simple. I think you are little bit confused manner. You are in little bit confused manner. Don't worry. I will be doing this problem with the help of the shortcut method, and you will be getting much more information while I am doing the problem based on this shortcut method. Okay. That is, A is to B what? 3 is to 2. I am writing the value 3 is to 2. Here also I am writing the value. A is to B is what? 3 is to 2. Now B is to C is what? 4 is to 1. And C is to D what? C is to D what? 9 is to 7. And finally, our question is to find A is to B is to C is to D. So, our first aim is what? Find the value of A. Find the value of A. Okay. So, how to do? What's our first step? In order to find the value A, multiply downward. Okay. Multiply downward. That is A into B into C. So, here also multiply downwards. That is A into B into C is what? 3 into 4 into 9, right? 3 into 4 into 9. Okay. Got it? Value of A, got it? Now find the value of B. In order to find the value of B, go like this. From here, multiply the second, that is multiply this B value to this B. Okay. That is B to B, then B to C. That is here 2 to 4. Okay. Here the B's value is 2 and here the B's value is 4. So 2 to 4, then 4 to 9. That is B into B into C. Okay. That is 2 into 4 into 9. 2 into 4 into 9. Okay. Now consider what. So now we got the answer. Now we got B, right? Now our next step is to find the value of C. In order to find the value of C, from B go downwards. Okay. From B go downwards. That is B into C. Then comes to C. Okay. That is a parallelogram. These two arrows are parallel. Okay. That is. So what's the value we will be getting here? B into C into C. That is B into C into C. So here look, 2 into 1 into 9, right? 2 into 1 into 9. That is 2 into 1 into 9. We got the value of C. Now our final aim is to find the value of D. Okay, right? D's value is just multiply downwards. Okay. That is B into C into D. That is 2 into 1 into 7. That is B into C into D is equal to 2 into 1 into 7. Got it? So, this is how we will get all the values of A, B, C and D, and we can find those. We can find A is to B is to C is to D. So, let's do this. And 4. Okay. That is 3 is to 4 is to 9, and we will get a value B in the C. Okay, just simplify this and you will be getting answer A is to B is to C is to D. Okay, it will be taking a little bit time. Just simplify it. You will get the answer A is to B is to C is to D. If it is a very large value, then simplify it as we have done in the previous question. Then you will get the answer correctly. Okay, but keep this thing in your mind. This step is very important. Okay, that is, this method is very important. This shortcut method is very important. I will be telling once again. That is, in order to find the value of A, we need to multiply just downwards, move downwards. That is A into B into C. In order to get the value of B, starting from here, B into C into C. Okay, sorry, B into B into C. B into B into C. Okay, B into B into C. Now, in order to find the value of C, go downwards. Okay, B into C, and in order to find the value of D, what? B into C into D. Just move downwards. Okay, A and D are very simple because just move downwards on both the sides. But B and C, it's actually a little bit confusing. That is, keep these two parallel lines in your mind. That is, these two arrows in your mind, then everything comes automatically. That is, B into C, first parallel. B to B, C to C. Okay, these two parallel lines. Keep these two parallel lines in your mind. Then you can easily answer. B into C, and for C, B into C into C. Got it? That's the basic questions based on ratios. Okay.